Hey, Stefan here. So, Native Instruments are offering their best ever discount on Play Series instruments, 3 for $59. So for this video, I'm going to pick 3 Play Series instruments, of which are some of my favorites, and use them to create a beat. Play Series instruments are just that, instruments, but each with a distinct sound and character, offering a wide range of presets, and what I like the most, focus controls to easily modify them. Today we're in Logic, but Play Series instruments work in any DAW. Let's start with the drums, in which we have a few options. I want to go for an acoustic feel, as that's what I've been on lately, and I've selected Rudiments. Rudiments was made in collaboration with Snipe Young, and it has a blend of synthetic but also acoustic elements. Each of the drum focused Play Series give us access to one-shots, but also tempo synced patterns, which we can play and drag and drop into our DAW. So let's move the second snare back to the 4 beat. So we have our snares on the 2 and 4, and shift these kicks around a little. Let's move this one back and move this one forward. And let's mute this last part here. Alright, that sounds dope. Let's add some bass. For our bass, there's so many good options, but I'm gonna go for 40's Very Own Keys by Noah 40 Shabib. And I already know what sound I'm going for because I've used it a number of times before, and it's called Boosty Bass 2. I love an analog acoustic bass combo. So we're staying 40's Very Own Keys for a few more sounds, and the next sound I'm going to add is actually also a bass. It's called Peach Bass, and it's one of my favorite sounds from this pack. It's a bass, but we're not going to play it as a bass. We're going to play it in a higher register and turn it into a lead. That's a vibe, if I do say so myself. All right, let's add some keys. And obviously this Play Series is called 40's Own Keys, so we're gonna have a lot of options here. Yeah, that's the one. Cool, so I just want to use this sound to kind of create a call and response with the lead. Cool, so we got 3 sounds from 40's Very Own Keys. I think it's time to move on to another Play Series. Next, I want to add some elements that kind of just fill in the gaps, that add texture, you know? And for that, what came to mind is Analog Dreams. This is one of the very first Play Series instruments. It just got updated not too long ago to bring it in line with the newer Play Series. So we're going to be using version 2.0 sounds. And this was my very first Play Series instrument. And it has some great sounds. With a sound like this, we don't have to do much because it has such a long effects tail. We're going to keep it simple, hit a few notes just to fill in those gaps. Alright, so the last element I want to add to this section is a pad. And again, I want something subtle, but with lots of character and a bit of movement. That's what I mean when I say character. So I've settled on a sound called Warm Hello. And as you can hear, it has that rotor effect going. Which creates that nice bit of movement that we're looking for. However, the other criteria was that it needs to be subtle. There's quite a lot of high end in this, which I don't actually want. But it's worth noting and explaining here that every Play Series preset, aside from the drum focused Play Series instruments, each preset is made up of 2 different sounds. In this case, removing the A sound has left me with the sound that I'm looking for. And we're just going to use it to fill space, holding down our root chord E minor. All right, B section. So I worked on most of this off camera to honor your time, as we're using most of the same sounds. However, there are a couple of new sounds that I've added, which we will dive into. So I had been looking for a chime type of effect or sound to usher in the new section. And between the three Play Series instruments that I had chosen, I couldn't find one. So I had to get creative. I ended up finding this sound called Bubble Boy, and it uses a really fast arpeggiator moving back and forth. And I thought, I might be able to do something with this, and thankfully I was able to. First thing I did was change the key to E minor, which is the key that we're in, and then I had to figure out what to play, and I decided to go with just a simple run down the scale. And for the last element, again, super simple and subtle. I used a sound called Medicine from 40's Very Own Keys. I rolled off all of the highs, rolled off all of the lows, and it's very subtle. You're not going to really be able to hear it, but you'll notice it when it's gone. And that's the beat, made using just 3 Play Series instruments. And for a limited time, you can bundle together 3 of your favorite Play Series instruments for just $59 or euros over on Native Instruments website. I've been Stefan, and as always, happy beat making.